All right, I'm going to try to do something that hasn't been done yet that I haven't seen on the internet. I'm going to put together a Turkish-made GForce double aught GF. All right, 00. Notice the biggest problem with these guns is that they do not cycle properly. So inside here is this bevel. Notice how it's all smooth. When I first got this firearm, it was not at all. It's all messed up. It looked like somebody took a knife to it, carved it to death. It was horrible. Bought a 20-round drum and it would not cycle properly. It was very irritating. So I'm going to show you how to put this gun together, because it is not like your typical AR platform shotgun. It is very, very, very different. I had to take a Dremel, drop this out, and it fixed a lot. I will show you here in a second. Sorry about the dogs hopping all over me. First, take the barrel, right? I didn't do the dismount thing, but I will show you the rest of it. Take your barrel, right? You have your charging system with your spring, your lock nut, right? All the way to the base, firing pin. There we go. Hopefully this video shows somewhat, because I have not found a single video yet on anything about this particular firearm. First, put this on the barrel, right? Then your spring. It's all gonna float. This right over around the edge. As you do that, this sit right inside here. There's a, obviously, it's pretty obvious here if you know anything about firearms. It sits right inside here. Now the trick is, this folds over. It's a real pain in the ass to do it like this. What you got, trying to show you guys. Inside there, boom, there it is, right? Slides under there. This fits inside here. It's all your fire mechanism. I recommend put some sort of oil into it, but if right now this is just for learning purposes. This is what it'll look like. Now inside your trigger, your stock, you have this stupid little mechanism. I've never seen anything like it. Inside it changes that. See? This is your feed. This is what feeds your 12 gauge round into, obviously, your barrel. Fold it down, because there's no way you're putting that barrel in. Got it. Slides right in. Right? Tighten this. Obviously, make sure you don't cross-thread it. You're going to fuck your whole gun up. I don't know why there's not a video on this particular firearm. Normally they have the pins that pop off, just like typical AR, where the whole upper comes off. Not this one, it slides out. Alright. Boom, now you have somewhat of a firearm. Alright. In order to take any of this apart is your charging handle, which is probably the dumbest idea I've ever seen. Such an expensive firearm, makes no sense. So inside here, try to get this good. See how that folds in? As soon as it lines up in there, shove that in there. Right? Dumb as shit. I don't know why they designed it like that, but they did. Next is, I don't even know what the hell to call this, is your buffer. Slide that on there. It just sits there for no reason. You have these two little washers, half washers, I'm sure, to make sure everything moves functionally. Take one side, take the other side, put them together, slide this over, make sure it's all the way down. If you want it all the way down, just like a typical AR, slide this back, put it in lock, just like it's open. You have that, slide this all the way down to make sure that sits over that. This will move freely. Not sure what the function is at on that. There's another little lock on this. Make sure you lock it properly. Here you go. Right, that is your GForce GFOO fixed stock together. I'm gonna put the other handlebar on it, or your handle, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, because I'm so tired of fucking with this gun. Put this over the top. You have this little mechanism here. See that? That's facing out. So now put it facing in. This is what locks it all into place. Slide it over. Right in there. Fits right inside there. I sound like an idiot putting this together, but I don't even give a shit because there is no video on this particular firearm. Slide it over, put it all the way in. And for anybody who's having an issue with these guns cycling, you're going to look inside the barrel and you're going to notice it looks like some idiot cut it to pieces with a butter knife. So you're going to have to play with it, because I don't know a single gunsmith who would mess with the damn gun. I called around and they wouldn't do it. It's too new. There you have it. Alright. Beautiful piece of machinery. These guns fire like nothing I've ever shot before. I mean, this shotgun fires beautifully, except for the fact that it had cycling issues. No recoil at all for a 12 gauge. It's wonderful. Got my 12 round drum, or 20 round drum. Put that on there. Set this up so you can see that. There you have it. Set up put these pieces of shit together, because this does not fold off like a regular AR. It all comes through it. All starting with this little mechanism that folds it inside is from this lever right here. Let me show you what I mean. I doubt I can get a good picture of it. Let me try. See? Now I'm going to fold that lever up. There it is. See that little plastic thing? That's what folds it up. The problem I had is that it doesn't feed, because that wasn't cleaned up. It looked like shit. And let's see if it even feeds, and if this video does any sort of justice whatsoever. Look at that. It fed properly. That, I've been fighting this gun for a fucking year, and no gunsmith would fix it. And there it was. Now, mind you, I'm going to show you a little trick about that before I get off here. Give me 1 second. So if you are sleight of hand enough to Dremel one of these out, that inner ring that is untouched, do not Dremel that one bit. It's this outer ring. Inner ring, outer ring, it's horrible to show. That outer ring looks like it's gummed up, all messed up. Right now it's smooth. Hate this camera. And that's what I had to Dremel down to make sure that this thing actually fed. You don't want a gun that jams. Before this fix that I put into it, it jammed horrifying. Again, this is a GForce Arms, Turkish made GF00. I haven't seen a goddamn video about this thing and it pisses me off, so here I'm going to make one, and it's pretty cut and dry.